Welcome to my video series on all things course creation, course building, and launching, where we will dive in and discuss the tech, tools, course hosts, and more. This is a true behind the scenes of a one-woman show and how I did it all on my own. Hey friends, so let's talk about what you do when you first have that idea spark in your brain about creating a course. What do you do first? Well, first, I highly recommend a brain dump. I use just a regular old notebook. I really like to put pen to paper and do a brain dump. I get everything out of my brain onto paper. It does not have to be in a specific order. Just as it's coming to you, start putting it down. Get it out of your brain as it comes to you. This is a process that could take you a couple of hours. You could still have stuff coming to you over the next couple of weeks. Make sure you're just jotting it down. If you're out somewhere, I took a lot of notes on my phone. What I did was I have a voice recorder, so even if I'm driving down the road or I'm stuck in traffic, as ideas came to me, I would just record a quick message for myself, and then I could go back and put it on my paper. That is the best way to get started, and then you can begin to organize it later. After I finished my brain dump, I immediately did the Amy Porterfield Postit activity. She has an amazing podcast about the Postit Note activity, and there's in her show notes, I believe there may have been a downloadable something. There's a blog post that goes along with it, and it was a really great resource to use because then I took all of that jumbled up information from my brain dump and I began to organize it through the Postit Note activity. Through her activity, I also was able to really hone in on who that client is. And I'm not talking about her name's Sarah and she likes to go to brunch on Sundays and have mimosas with her friend while they watch Desperate Housewives. No. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about that person and their struggles. What is their pain point? Who is it that you're creating it for? Because it really teaches you a little bit more about what you're going to need when you begin to work on your sales page copy, as well as your webinar script, and really nailing down what their pain points and struggles are and how you're going to solve it. That's going to help you when you begin putting the meat of the course together from all the information you want to teach on. It helps you deliver it better. So I highly recommend the Post-it Note activity with Amy Porterfield. After I finished my Post-it Note activity, I was then able to really dive into the outline of the course. And this is where I was able to organize all of those random thoughts from my brain dump earlier on and really get things organized, and I was able to begin seeing modules actually come together. I was able to start naming my modules and organizing in a fashion that would be easy for the learner to understand in the course. Of course, this is just a draft, so you can redo anything about the outline, but it really helps you see the course begin to take shape, and you're able to see how many modules you're going to have. Are you going to have a mini course? Is it going to be a larger signature course? Is it going to turn into something even more like a mastermind one of these days? Who knows? But it's at that point you're able to really see it. Now, I do recommend, in the way I learn, the way I work, I like to have my pen to paper, as I mentioned earlier. But I do also recommend having it in a Google Doc or somewhere saved and backed up. Of course, always back up your stuff. But whenever you're working on your Google Doc, you can actually color code things to show if you've recorded a course yet, or what stage are you at with each module. Does that make sense? So you're able to really keep up with where you're at and what you've done so far in the course. As you're working on your outline, you also can say, oh, I have a document that would be perfect for them as an additional supporting piece of information for them. Is it a PDF that they need? Is it a workbook that you've already got going in your mind you can create pretty quickly that would fit with that module? Do you need to record some record some video tutorials perhaps. Whatever it is, you're really going to start to figure out as you work on your outline what is going to be the best fit for those modules as they come together.